Hey guys, Brad from Blue Nile Farm. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to get right to this video. What we're going to do is I'm having problems with my John Deere 338 square baler. The problem is I was using Sisle twine for many years, and up till recently I'm having a hard time finding Sisle, and I switched over to plastic twine. As we would do our rebaling operation, a lot of times my string on the one side keeps getting caught up and it's not cutting properly. So what we're going to do today and try to repair this is we're going to replace these little blades, there's two of them, on the John Deere baler. And the blades cost about $20 a piece, and it's relatively very simple to do. Now this baler itself, I've never replaced these since I bought this baler, and I bought it relatively brand new from another person that barely used it. And I put over 40,000 square bales through this thing, and I have never replaced these yet. And I probably wouldn't have to if it wasn't for going over to plastic twine. But plastic twine, you need to have a good sharp knife to cut it. And once it gets caught, after it gets partially cut, it's getting stuck and it's not coming off and just binding up in my baler. So I want to kind of replace these. I'm thinking this is the best way to go. And I want to kind of show you the simple process to it. Now I'm lucky because mine are easily accessible. You may have another model that might not be so accessible, but I'm going to show you what you have to do to replace these, and it might be something you may want to do if you're having cutting problems or you're knotting issues, maybe part of the reason because of this knife needing to be replaced. So let me take you through the process and show you how it's done. I've never done this before, but it's relatively pretty simple. So let's go. So if you look at the twine that's right here, this is actually Sisle. You can see how clean it was cut. And this is the old, prior to the old knife. This is actually the plastic twine, and you can see how it's frayed and how bad it is. And this was the knife that I was having problems with. And this is an indication why I needed to change my knives. And so this is kind of the reason for that. All right, so these knives are backed by the knotters, and where they are is actually right here. You have two bolts, and right above, and they're connected to the knife itself, and they're on both sides, and you can easily see them. So they're very accessible. They're metric. They're size number 8. You just need to get a little socket with an extension and basically take those little bolts off and replace the knives. It's that simple. So let me do this, and let's see how this goes. So I used the number 8, and I took the two little bolts out, and they came out real simply. And here is the actual blade, the old blade that was there. Just make sure you put it back the same way you find it. There's really not much of an adjustment. It seems like the serration blade faces toward the baler, and so this is the side that's more flush and flat, and the serration part is not there. And all you need to do is slide that in and replace it, and you'll be good to go. There's no reason to save these or sharpen them up. I think you're just better off buying them brand new and be done with it. And for $21 a piece from John Deere, it's not a big deal. So it's well worth the investment. This is very, very easy to do. My only other suggestion, besides making sure you put it on, so this is actually the angle that it has to be facing. This is the blade side. Make sure, like I say, if this is the front of the baler, that your blade part, the serration, is on going that direction. It should be put in like this. Use a nut driver, a lot easier to get. Once you loosen up the bolts, take them out really easy because they're so small, and also use this to put it right back in and then tighten up with a socket. Very, very simple to do, and this is really easy. Anybody can do this, and this might be an issue if you ever have problems with your baler not cutting. And I'm kind of covering this too because a lot of people, until you really dig in your balers and you have a reason to, you don't even know that these things really are there. There you have it. There's one that's completely replaced. There's the other one. You can see that shininess, and that's the angle that you're supposed to be in. If you have an older style baler, you may not have access to those bolts. And a lot of times you're going to have to kind of act like you're feeding the baler by cycling it, by having somebody turn the flywheel, and you're applying pressure. If you had the chamber clear on the strings, and as that person starts to turn the flywheel in the direction like it would be baling, and you're applying pressure on the string, you're imitating like you're filling the chamber. And as you do that, the bill hook will rotate, open, and maybe realign things up so you can see these two bolts. And you can take off those knives. That's one option. Or you're out in the field, you're running the machine, and you're feeding it hay, whether you're doing it manually or you're, running down a road and somebody's paying attention back here, again, the same thing applies where the bill hook is going to start to turn and you're going to start to see access to these knives. Then stop, shut everything down, turn off the PTO, turn off the tractor, get back here and take care of these knives. No matter what you do, you want to make sure the tractor is completely off and no PTOs are running, obviously, when you do this type of work anyway. But some machines, you may have to fidget around with this and get to expose those two little bolts to get easy access. For whatever reason, my machine is relatively easy, and if you are lucky enough to have one of those, then you're off and running to the races. And I'm assuming this is probably the same in other models besides the John Deere. But specifically what I'm here today is just to talk about the 338 because that's what I'm dealing with, and it may apply to you. So other than that, those are my only two suggestions. This knife here is actually the knife that was not cutting right. And I'm guessing right along in here where it's looking brown is where it's dull and it's not cutting like it should. This is the other knife that was cutting on the other side, and it was doing a better job. And if you run your hand down the knife, you can feel how dull it is. These are the two old knives that we replaced. Hey guys, thanks for watching a video on how to repair those knotter knives. If you're having string that breaks, or maybe if you're switching over, like I said, to Sisle over to plastic twine, or any time that you're not cutting effectively, this is something you should be looking at right away, and they're really an easy fix. I just kind of want to show you how easy it is to fix them, and some of the issues if you can't get to them. So specifically on the John Deere 338 baler, but I'm sure that you're going to have dealings with these on other brands as well, and they're probably very similar. So thanks for watching. I appreciate your time, guys, and hopefully it was a little bit helpful. So until next time, take care.